That scumbag is holding Ms. Fey hostage to ensure he gets the orb for his patron. And it seems said patron believes in the orb's legend. Thing is, the founder did appear when the orb was exposed to fire, just as the legend said. If the legend is true, then we've already solved the riddle, right? No, not yet. We have not solved the riddle yet. The legend says that the founder will bestow great spiritual power when she returns. But if that's true, it means we haven't solved the whole riddle yet. But how can that be? Are we missing something? Wait, maybe. Maybe the part about the founder returning should be taken literally. But how would it be possible for a dead person to return to the world of the living? Of course! It all makes sense now. Nanomachines. Incinerating. Going unconscious. The next obvious logical step is that we're going to time travel. I clicked on the wrong one by mistake. Oh, I know. There is a way for the dead to return. Spirit channeling. Well, I would call this closer to Logic Dive than Psych Taxi in terms of the visuals. Of course, you'd have to know what the founder looks like first. But the orb has revealed her face to us, so what if it's a sign that we should channel her? Given the facts, in order to solve the riddle and receive the founder's power, I would need to practice. I'd need a spirit medium. I don't quite see how this solves our solution, but okay. The ability of a medium to channel spirits is the final key to unlocking the orb's secret. That means Mr. Atishon-Wimperson's patron will need one too. And once that slimy politician realizes that, he won't be able to lay a finger on Ms. Fey. Oh, right, she's kind of the only, well, almost the only one. Can't the Queen? The Queen can also channel. And we're pretty sure that she's the patron. Unless it's the king and he's actually, like, secretly trying to overthrow the queen or something. Like, they're married, but he hates her. I don't know that song. Do I? All I Want by The Offspring? I don't think I know it. They thought they time traveled. They thought a lot of things happened with Professor Layton, but it turns out it was all a dream. Everything's going to be okay, Mr. Wright, because Mr. Paul Atishon-Wimperson can't afford to harm a hair on Ms. Fey's head. I never actually played Crazy Taxi. I've seen it. Huh? Mr. Atishon-Wimperson, it seems you've chosen the wrong person to take hostage. What do you mean? Your patron seeks to solve the orb's riddle, and thereby receive great spiritual power. However, only Maya Fey can truly give them what they really want. She can? What do you mean, only Maya Fey? Think about what the return of the founder really means. We should have considered it more literally. After all, the orb was made in the kingdom of Khura'in, the birthplace of spirit mediums. Ah, I think I see now. You need to know what the deceased looks like in order to channel them. And you need the Shinigami eyes so that you can see the remaining lifespan. But in Khura'inism, depicting the face of the founder is taboo. Oh yeah, Maya also knows the founder's name, which I knew it at some point, but I forgot. I struck it from my mind because I was sure that it was one half of a pun. However, her true face was hidden in the orb. So maybe the orb is telling us to try channeling the founder. Exactly. Through a spirit medium, the founder can quite literally return. And if the legend is true, The founder just might bestow spiritual power on someone when she does. It's like when Pearls, the other person who can spirit channel, so it doesn't matter if Maya dies, imbued my Magatama with spiritual power. If a human could be imbued with such power in a similar manner, it is said the founder possesses immense spiritual power. Such a great feat would not necessarily be beyond her. Wait a second, then the legend is true? Do you understand now, Mr. Atishon-Wimperson? You are holding hostage the final key to unlocking the orb's secret. And if anything were to happen to her, the riddle would remain unsolved, forever, until there was another spirit medium. Which I'm pretty sure there's 2 others, at least. Reeled eel. Founder? Like, fauna religion. There's always Pearl Faye. I could simply ask her to help. If she wants money, I have plenty to offer. She's not the kind of person to be tempted by material gain, and she certainly wouldn't help you if anything were to happen to her cousin. Or maybe you'd like to go ask the Queen of Khura'in to channel the founder for you. He could, but he'd probably get executed for requesting such a thing. Isn't the founder the queen? I mean, isn't his benefactor the queen? I would have thought. It's over. Now confess, you killed Dr. Buff, didn't you? Ack! It wasn't supposed to end this way. Mr. Atishon-Wimperson, are you admitting to committing the crime? You're my lawyer, right? Do something. It's true that I'm your lawyer, and as such, it's my job to defend you. However, defending my client isn't the only duty a lawyer has. There's something else that's equally as important, and that is finding the truth. What? Mr. Atishon-Wimperson, you have sought to twist the truth in the dirtiest of ways. I was complicit in your hostage-taking, but in a way I was being held hostage too. Even so, there's still hope for me to make things right. And I owe it all to you, Apollo. Mr. Wright. I can't allow a murderer to walk away scot-free. Therefore, Mr. Atishon-Wimperson, I must resign as your attorney. No! Which, if you do, then isn't the trial suspended until he gets a new lawyer? Does this mean I'm under arrest? Yeah, he stopped being a very zealous advocate. Well, I've nothing to confess. What? I said I've nothing to confess. I don't and I won't, especially not to a plebeian like you. This guy doesn't know when to give up. Besides, there's no truth to these allegations. I mean, look at the suitcase. You won't find a single print of mine on it. All that means is you wiped them off, taking care to only leave Mr. Arbles. Or you pushed it with your fists. You punched the suitcase off of the landing. As many a great politician has said before me, no comment. In that case, try switching things up, Apollo. Look at the situation from a different angle. Is there really nothing that points to the suitcase being dropped from up above? Evidence that points to the... it doesn't really matter if we prove that it was dropped from above. That doesn't prove that he is the one who did it, but okay. If the killer pushed the suitcase from the second floor hallway over the coffee bar, that would place him right around here. Ah, maybe, just maybe. Thought of something, Apollo? I believe this piece of evidence to be connected to the dropping of the suit. That's very vague. I don't know how to... Help me help you. The drone? Her statement? He pushed the suitcase and then he wheeled her around for a little while. He needed the coffee in order to heat up the orb. Attorney's badge, it's time. Okay, good. I was like, this will have to come into play like before the end of this trial session. That appears to be a statement, but how is it related to this case? On the night of the murder, Your Honor, Miss Army Buff physically left her room. That's when she saw the doctor burning the orb and subsequently passed out, right above the coffee bar. But with her there in her wheelchair... He didn't say she was right there. Weird. The killer wouldn't have been able to drop the suitcase down onto the doctor. Good point. However, according to Sarge, she woke up just as someone was trying to move her in her wheelchair. Yeah, her name is Army Buff. I had a moment to recover. Someone was pushing my wheelchair. I was so scared I beat a hasty retreat as fast as my wheels could take me. She must have been in the killer's way and had to be moved. Isn't that right, Mr. Atishon-Wimperson? And if the killer had pushed the wheelchair with his bare hands, we may yet find the conclusive evidence we need. Exactly. Fortunately for us, that evidence slipped right through the killer's fingers. If only he'd been able to hold onto it just a little tighter. But now he is neither able to discard nor alter it. Honestly, that piece of evidence wasn't even supposed to be here in this courtroom today. And yet, it looks like sometimes things do get better. Okay, so I guess it's gonna be... If he pushed the wheelchair, it's gonna be the wheelchair. But this wasn't supposed to happen. No? Well, too bad, because the evidence that sped away from you that night has come back to haunt you, right here at this very trial. Arg! Ooh-ah! The defense's final piece of evidence is on this person. Take that! That's... On the night of the murder, Sarge passed out, only to come to and find that someone was pushing her wheelchair. That's when she fled back into her room. She didn't physically see a single soul after that. Can't physically see souls, not unless they're being channeled. Not until Athena drew her out through that therapy session, that is. While the killer was able to wipe the prints on the suitcase, the same can't be said for the prints that got away. My fellow Khura'inians. Well, Mr. Paul Atishon-Wimperson, try to explain your way out of this one. The podium is all yours. Politician, savior of Khura'in. I am not a crook. My political career, it can't end like this. I'm destined for great things. Something's wrong. This isn't real. It's a dream. No, a nightmare. Ooh. Huh? Wait. What, really? Whoa. Okay. Fair enough. Mr. Atishon-Wimperson, are you all right? Bailiff, get him to the first aid station on the double. Well, this was yet another unexpected turn of events. Eventually, Judge, stop being surprised. In light of everything that's been revealed, it seems the relic is indeed the Founder's Orb. And it seems Mr. Paul Atishon-Wimperson can be considered a suspect in Dr. Buff's murder. Apollo, I want to thank you for everything. Thanks to you, I didn't have to keep bending the truth. I don't know what I would have done without you. I probably would have won the case. Easily. Because there are no other good defense attorneys. Don't mention it. You were amazing today, Apollo. Well, I couldn't have done it without Dirk. The orb was really a clock.
Never yields.
Even when wounded, a dragon bites them. We already saw this. You said it already. You said it 5 minutes ago. Oh, I skipped one. Dragon never yields. As it seems both sides have no further objections, would Dirk Sadmati please take the stand? This court awards the orb to the Defiant Dragons per the stated transfer agreement. That's funny. This is the first, not only do we have the first game over screen that doesn't say guilty, this is the first victory screen that doesn't say not guilty. Should the Kingdom of Khura'in claim ownership, the matter may have to be deliberated in court all over again. I just hope, or shall I say pray, that I am not the judge presiding over that one. Indeed, a trial like that might spark an international incident. Still, there are bigger and more momentous things astir in the air. They might be. Yeah, dragons might be real, and we might defend one. The revolution. Dirk's really serious about this. This court is adjourned. Nice work, son. We've finally broken through the last obstacle on the road to revolution. Revolution? It just doesn't seem real. Yes, well, to think you actually defeated the Fighting Phoenix. All I can say is, that's my boy. Ha 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 ha. Well, Mr. Wright did have his hands tied. Who knows if I'd have won if he'd been able to fight me head on. I see it more like you saved Mr. Wright. Or you saved Mr. Wright. Saved him? Yeah, remember what he said? If he didn't have to bend the truth anymore, and it was all thanks to you. I don't know about that. Still, I guess it is kind of nice to be appreciated. Mr. Dirk, now that the Holy Mother's face has been revealed, are you going to have a spirit medium try channeling her? I, for one, would love to see the return of the legendary founder. Yeah, just think about it. Being able to speak to someone right out of the history books. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. What? Why? A face isn't enough. You also need the true name of the one you're attempting to channel. Oh, right. Pearl mentioned something like that. And the founder's true name is only known to the priestess who's been crowned queen. In short, the only living person who knows it is the current queen of Khura'in, Garan. So without her help, we won't be seeing the founder anytime soon. That's no fun. We know that's not true, though. But they don't. So, Dirk, what will you do now? First, I'll start by tracing the route by which the orb came into Dr. Buff's hands. Since we know it was Paul Atishon that asked the doctor to study it, isn't he the one who stole it? No, a political nobody like him couldn't get anywhere near the orb, let alone steal it. He must have had inside help. My money is on someone connected to the royal family. Right. She only knows the true name of Lady Kira. And that is not... No, maybe... I don't know. I don't know my history. They'll establish it, I'm sure. Right, you said something to that effect back in the cave. Whoever it may be, we need to expose their dirty scheme to the light of day. Well, I'm sure Mr. Wright has plenty of information, courtesy of his dirty client. He might be able to shed some light on this. Private Justice! That was fine work you did at the trial today. You did your sergeant proud. Back at you, Sarge. It took real courage to leave your room like that. It's all thanks to you, and Quarterwoman Sykes. With my siege defense over, I can finally sally forth. Was this... What is the context of this picture? Was there some sort of... I would have said, like, sometimes there's, like, we're gonna have... You know, you have some community that's like, we're gonna find out who the #1 guy is and have votes to, like, okay, these two fictional characters from different things... Whether it's who's the strongest or who's the most popular or whatever. But John Cena isn't fictional. You can't see him, but he is real. Is that what he does? I don't even know. But the battle's only just begun. One for me and me alone to fight. To lose your mother, and then your father. What a terrible thing to endure. And being wheelchair-bound doesn't help. Private Justice. I've been thinking. It's about time I stood on my own 2 feet. After all, I no longer have Papa to coddle me. Huh? I'm afraid I don't follow. Take a good look, soldier. This is one small step for man. A giant leap for me. No. You're mixing them up. Space was the last game. Landing on the moon was the last game. You're in the wrong game. Hold my drone for me, would you, Private Justice? Yes, sir. What's she up to? Herg. Whoa. She's really tall, too. for a 12-year-old. Sarge, you and your legs, they're... The doctor told me I was ready to walk again months ago. But if I admitted I could walk, I knew I'd have to leave the house. So I faked it. Makes sense, but I kept pretending I couldn't walk. But I know Papa is watching over me now, and I'd hate to disappoint him. So, from this day forth, I'm going to march forward with my own 2 feet. What a brave kid, trying to move forward like this. It must be so hard this soon after her father's death, and without any shoes on. Don't you ever stop. You just keep on walking. That would be bad for you. You would get very tired, and your legs would hurt. Stay brave, because there will be days when you'll want to stop. But I have faith you'll find a way to muster the strength to push through them. Yeah, you can do it. Hey, Daddy's back. Mr. Wright. What's that look on his face for? Oh, Apollo. Is everything all right with Miss Faye? She's safe. For now. Well then, we better go save her, quick! Where is she anyway? I'm afraid I have some bad news. Huh? Maya's not here in Japanifornia. She's still in Khura'in. And she's still being held hostage by the mastermind behind this whole thing. The mastermind? That's right. Atishon-Wimperson was nothing more than a pawn. Maya's true abductor is in the kingdom of Khura'in. What? I don't understand, Mr. Wright. What in the world's going on over there? But as shocking as that news was, it was only the beginning of something big, big enough to shake Khura'in to its very core. Revolution. I was being swept up in a mighty wave that nothing could stop. Of course, at the time, I had no idea what the days ahead had in store for us. So strange, that makes 2 cases in a row that were solved in a single court day instead of splitting it up. Curious. I wonder what the reasoning was. Yeah, it might have made more if we thought it was him that was holding her hostage, for us to go, okay, so either we were stuck between, okay, either A, we let you go, or B, we accuse you of murder and you go to jail. We're like, either... No, hold on. Yeah, we're like, okay, if we're going to accuse you and you go to jail. And here's the thing. You can either A, kill Maya, or B, don't kill her. If you don't kill her, then if you do kill her, then your benefactor doesn't get the spirit power. If you don't kill her, then maybe your benefactor somehow still gets the spirit power, because there will at least be the potential for it to happen. So if you kill her, then you're taking it away. But either way, both of those possibilities, you're still going to jail. So you shouldn't care, and you should be inflicting as much vengeance as possible. Are we going to have yet another time skip, you think? To 5 years in the future? What do you mean Ms. Faye is still being held hostage? And who's this mastermind? Atishon-Wimperson was nothing more than a puppet. You just said he was a pawn. Your exact words were he was nothing more than a pawn. Was nothing more than a pawn. And now they used the exact same... It was nothing more than a puppet. His benefactor was the one pulling the strings. Pawns don't have strings. Oh, that's why you said puppet. Alright. But I have no idea who they are. So all we know is that it's the person he was trying to give the orb to. Right. He was just following orders. Whoever it is, it seems they really want to get their hands on the orb. So then, Ms. Faye's abduction is the work of this so-called benefactor too, right? Right again. Whoever they are, they're in Khura'in. Along with Maya. I wonder who they could be. Right. This Maya, the spirit medium you've been talking about? She wouldn't happen to be that bun-haired young lady you defended back in Khura'in. That's her. Why do you ask? I see. I think I know what's going on here. I've got good news for you, Wright. Maya is somewhere safe. That much I'm sure of. I'm afraid you've lost me. Yeah, that's a better way of summing it up than what I tried to say. That he's like, you can't be the ruler if you don't keep her safe. And he's like, if you call me a murderer, I can't be elected anyway. So that's who the little snot's patron is. It's all starting to make sense. That fool has no idea I'm here in the States with you all. Dirk, you mind filling us in? No caller ID. I wonder who's calling. Hello? Mr. Phoenix Wright, yes? Let me start by thanking you for taking such good care of my subordinate. Who is this? I believe you know me as Mr. Atishon's benefactor. Sounds like they're using a voice changer or something to disguise themselves. Where's Maya? Is she safe? I had my ears on today's proceedings. What a shock it was to hear that the key to solving the orb's riddle is a spirit medium. I admit I did not see that coming. Wait, did they plant a listening device in here somehow? The badge! Oh my gosh. The attorney's badge. It was a hidden microphone from the very beginning, going all the way back to the first time Phoenix pinned it on. Nevertheless, don't think for a minute that it will guarantee Maya Fey's safety. She is not the only medium within my reach, you see. You harm a hair on Maya's head and you'll have to answer to me. Right. Give it here a sec. Wait. Hey there. How's it going, stranger? Who is this? Why, it's your friendly neighborhood dragon. I just happened to be in Japanifornia on a little trip. Minister of Justice Inga Khura'in. Inga? What? Maya's kidnapper is Khura'in's Minister of Justice? He was a bad guy? I don't believe it. Dirk, is that you dirty turncoat? What in blazes is going on here? Oh, you know, just popped over to Japanifornia for a little R&R. But enough about me, Inga. That was a poor excuse for a bluff you pulled just now. We both know your threats are as empty as your head. You can't lay a hand on Maya Fey, and I do mean that literally. Ugh. What is he talking about? You can kiss your chances of getting the orb goodbye. Ha ha ha. Maya Fey ain't my only, how shall I say, insurance, you know, Dirk. What? I've got someone dear to you right in the palm of my hand, see? Oh wait, maybe he turned the voice changer off because it's not doing the bap 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 anymore. Oh, that's right. Yeah. we saw him doing that. Stamping execution orders. Not smoking it. Now that one, well, you can imagine what kind of things I could do, right? Glad to see you seeing things my way. Meet me at Amara's tomb tomorrow, 3 p.m. sharp. And you better come alone, got it? If all goes well, the orb is all you'll need to get Maya Fey back. Dirk, what's going on? You heard him. I have to get back to Khura'in at once. What? Why? No time to explain. We only have, like, 24 hours in which I can explain the entire time? But are you even going to make it? What if there are no seats left on the next flight? Plus, you're a wanted man. They're not going to just let you get on a plane. Edgeworth. Let me worry about that, Mr. Justice. The appearance of Edgeworth. Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth? What are you doing here? Taking care of the hostage situation. Oh, now that you mention it, Pearl did say that she saw you around Khura'in Village. We got a little Edgeworth theme going on in the background. I had him look into a few things while I was on my way back from Khura'in. Including Maya's situation, of course. I was astonished to hear she was still in Khura'in earlier, but it explained why I found no connection between her and Mr. Atishon. Sorry to interrupt, but going back to the plane situation, I have taken the liberty of chartering one for us. It's ready to take off at any time, and I will do what's necessary to hide the fact that Dirk Muddy is on board. Wow! Must be nice to be chief prosecutor and just ignore whatever laws you don't like. Right, we have no time to lose. We must head for Khura'in at once. Right. I'm going too. After all, you're bound to need my help. No fair. I want to go too. You don't have any supernatural powers, though. Nobody needs you. You stay home and guard the fort. Yeah, that's right. Took the words right out of my mouth. This isn't a vacation, Trucy. Besides, I'll need you to hold down the fort. Otherwise, we'll lose our fake spaghetti fork thing that's always on the table. But Daddy, guess I should also only bring what's necessary. Sorry, Trucy, but would you mind holding on to this stuff for me? Unnecessary evidence foisted onto unnecessary character. Take that. We need access to all the minigames, but she doesn't have a minigame. Fine, but you better bring me back something besides just more evidence. Excellent. Now, let us make haste to Khura'in. Let's go. And that's how our sudden trip to the kingdom of Khura'in began. Also true. Yes, I had almost forgotten. The last time we asked her to hold down the fort, we almost... she almost wound up in jail and giving every material possession that I've ever owned to Robert Downey Jr. I never imagined I'd return to the country of my youth under such circumstances, though. Get out of here with this day 2. Get out of here with this day 2. We're on episode 6. We're on episode 6. Don't be silly. This ain't no same chapter. That was a long flight. It's already 2:30 in the afternoon. Talk about cutting it close. Also, we flew over the international dateline, so we're an entire day late. The Kingdom of Khura'in. This is no time to reminisce, but I gotta say, this place sure brings back memories. Hurry up, Apollo! Right behind you. Amara's tomb is located in the courtyard of Garan Palace. We should have just enough time to get there. Then let's sprint there. Think you can keep up, Apollo? Sure, no sweat. I'll contact the royal family and the local police and inform them of our arrival. Thanks, Edgeworth. Ah, there's been a murder. Footprints. Actually, it's a good point. Somebody's gonna die, right? We do need a murderer. I wasn't made for all the running and climbing and near drowning I've done this week. It's 2:45, only 15 minutes left. See that cylindrical building rising in the distance? That's Amara's tomb. Amara? Wasn't that the previous queen? The one who was assassinated? Yes, and I'm the one they pinned it on. It will take a few minutes to get to the tomb from here. Oh, that's... What's his name? Nayuda. So you have returned, Barbed Head. Ah! No, it's her. She's the one who calls him Barbed Head. I've seen her before on the news. If I remember correctly, this is the Crown Princess Rafa Padma Khura'in. What are you people doing here? This is the royal residence. Commoners are not allowed entry without permission. A prosecutor from Japanifornia should have already called and requested permission for us to enter. As to why we're here, Your Benevolence, have you seen Minister Inga? If you seek my father, I just saw him heading toward Amara's tomb. Yeah, she still needs a redemption arc. Was he with anyone? You know, like some shady underlings or something. Also, did he have a gun? Because we do. We're gonna shoot him. Just solve the whole thing right here and now. No, he was alone. Why do you ask? Looks like she has no idea about Ms. Faye's abduction. You hear that? I think we have company. Sounds like he's alone. Freaking what? Who's this? Bow down before her glory. Her Eminence Queen Garan, Grand Priestess of Khura'in, approaches. Huh? Garan? Ah, it's Queen Garan. Guards. Surround Amara's tomb at once. Yes, Your Eminence. Well, there's 12 of them, and I have 12 bullets in my gun. This is perfect. It actually worked out great. What's she doing? Is she going to help us? Yeah, there is no way in hell that she gets killed, Serp. You big silly. Excuse me, Your Eminence. So our barbed-head lawyer returns. May we presume you are here for Maya Fey, the spirit medium who has been abducted? Yes, you may. Allow us to apologize for the criminal actions of our husband. A royal we. Oh, no need to apologize for him. Honestly, Inga, abducting a guest in our country, how could you? Father abducted someone? Your Eminence, what about those soldiers over there? They are Garan Royal Guard, soldiers who serve the crown and no other. Royal Guard? They are an elite force selected from only the most loyal and outstanding of our subjects. Where's Date when you need him? He'll take out all 12 of them with one bullet and a bra, apparently? That's how that works. And why have you ordered them to surround the tomb? The police will not come if it is my husband who is committing the crime. We shall have to storm the tomb and take Minister Inga into custody ourselves. What? You mean... Garan, no, his hostage is in there. Dirk. How dare you set foot in the palace? Have you come to turn yourself in? Listen, we need to call a truce for now. Garan Royal Guard, seize the traitor of the seize this traitor of the crown. As you wish, Your Eminence. Resist and you die. Wait a second. Slow down there, Garan. I'm here to conduct a hostage exchange. But if you take me in now, Maya Fey is as good as dead. A hostage exchange? And why would he choose to do such a thing with you? We can talk about that later. Right now, I need to get in there before it's too late. If I can't resolve this in 20 minutes, you can storm the palace. Now then, if you'll excuse me. You think that's it? Maya's gonna get framed for the... We'll see. Dirk, wait. Guards, allow the insurgent Dirk Sadmati to pass. Barbed Head, you have some explaining to do. Right. Well, while we're waiting here... Apollo, why don't you explain the situation? What? Me? Leave nothing out, Hornhead, or I'll dehorn you where you stand. Hornhead? She doesn't waste any time coming up with nicknames. And what's with the attitude? Her father's the one who abducted Miss Fey. Take that. It's like kryptonite to you people, right? Okay, okay. Go away.
I can't do it if you're watching. If you
blind.
just turn around. All right. Can't do it if you're leering at me. It's creepy.
So we've got to day 2. Surprisingly, the court case in day 1 ended. It wasn't a murder case, so no one was found guilty or not guilty, even though someone was murdered and we did find out who did it. Confusing, I know. But now we're on the second part. We'll see what happens. Do my ears deceive me, or did I hear talk of my father abducting someone? Do you even have ears? You don't have ears. It's just your hair wrapped around in circles. No wonder you can't hear anything. Oh, you heard right. He abducted Maya Fey, and... Insolent fool. Pardon my rudeness. A gentle soul such as my father could not possibly have committed such a crime. Gentle? You think he's gentle? I'm afraid it's true, your benevolence. He's holed up in that tomb as we speak. Really, I find this difficult to believe. Why would he do such a thing? Your benevolence, you saw your father heading toward the tomb? I did. I was over on that veranda, deep in thought. When I saw him hurrying towards the tomb, I'd say it was about 10 minutes ago. Why was he rushing? Maybe he was worried he'd be late? Did you see anyone else heading for the tomb? I saw no one else after he entered. So Minister Inga and Ms. Fey are the only ones in there besides Dirk? That does sound like a murder scene, doesn't it? Who's gonna be left alive? Who knows? But I wouldn't be surprised if he had a minion or two with him. Dirk, I sure hope he's alright. It's only been 5 minutes? Arg, it feels like an eternity. Patience, Apollo, patience. Right, Maya's not gonna die. It would be weird if Inga died because he's, I guess, like the villain? Like we would need... It would be weird if there was, like, no... Well, I guess... Okay, so Sadmati, the prosecutor, is still going to be, like, the villain who's trying to stop us, you know? Oh, you know what? It's going to be... The dad is going to die. Because... Prosecutor Sadmati is going to be like, so you have returned to the country and you're defending the person who killed our father. How could you, you terrible person? Then the tomb explodes. Everyone in here dies except the princess, who Apollo gives the attorney's badge in a teary conclusion, and then we get to be lawyer princess. She wakes up from the explosion. She's on a cart. Welcome to Skyrim. Todd Howard, you did it again. And then the real game begins. Best game in the series, Lawyer Princess. It's been almost 20 minutes. What's taking Dirk so long? The appointed time has come. Our royal guard shall now storm in. Can't you wait just a little longer? No, we cannot. Every second we wait puts the hostage's life in even more danger. Therefore, we see no alternative but to order our guards to storm in. But that'll put Miss Fey's life in danger too. Guards, storm the tomb and seize Minister Inga, along with the insurgent, Duke Sadmati. Yes, Your Eminence. What? Dirk's under arrest too? Naturally, that traitorous snake assassinated my predecessor, Queen Amara. Now go. Seize them both. Rah, we're going in, but we only have swords and not guns, even though it's the future. Follow me, men. For Her Eminence. Hope no one gets hurt. Your Eminence! What the? Why are they running back out? What is the meaning of this? Something terrible has happened. Dirk! The minister! He's dead. What's this? What? Apollo, quick! I'm right behind you. No one enters without our... Come see. Let us see what has transpired. Where's Dirk? Apollo, over there. Ah, okay. So it's not Maya that's going to be blamed. Dirk? Dirk! What? What have you done? Apollo? Look! So it is Minister Inga who has fallen? Guard, seize this murderous man at once. Surrender. Why do they keep stretching out their E's? I don't like it. I don't want to say it. No, wait! Arg! Dirk! They're taking him away. Thud? Ow! Dirk just threw something at me. Wait, this is the... Is he telling me to keep it safe? Nick, is that you? Maya! Are you alright? Dirk, he saved me. Alright, so that gets rid of my other... my other hypothesis is, what if he found Maya, both of the two of them died, Maya put on his clothes and channeled Dirk for some reason, just to be a Looney Tune. He saved me. I feel exhausted. I can't keep my eyes open. Collapse. Maya! Minister Inga, the man behind Ms. Faye's abduction, had been killed, and Dirk was arrested for his murder. So it was that the abduction of Maya Faye came to a sudden and unexpected resolution. With this, the curtain fell on the minister, but things were far from over. So I didn't see you say... Were you typing that while I was saying it? Because I'm still waiting for that. Because we made extra sure to establish in this game, unlike the others, that if Maya channels a man, she does appear to have a man's body, right? That happened. But I guess that's not the case. Unless, okay, somebody, who knows, somebody killed Inga, doesn't matter who. And then, no, I have no idea. Yeah, good evening. Apollo, what happened? I can't say for sure, but from what I can tell, it seems Dirk has killed Minister Inga. What? You think he did it to save Miss Faye? Most likely. But who knows? I'm really confused right now. My father, This cannot be. I must see for myself. Your benevolence, we cannot allow you to pass. Fools! Stand aside! Forgive us, but we have direct orders from Her Eminence, Queen Garan. Oh, Father. Oh, Father. Dirk? You'll pay for this. Apollo, let's regroup somewhere. Yeah. Dirk, it wasn't really you that did it, right?